Oh, that's weird. Pardon the unexpected comment there. Anyway, good evening, everybody. How are we all today? And that's not my normal starting screen, is it? I hope everybody's week has started well. I hope you all had a good weekend. So, last time I was trying to show what a new player's initial wings, which ones they could get reasonably, and this is of course while they're basically following the game's direction. I'm probably not going to do the dailies, so I'm allowing myself to be distracted. Yeah, the whole purpose last time was basically give you a rough idea of the wings you could reasonably get, with some debate on the definition of reasonable. And so what I did was basically go from the Isle of Dawn through the realms, pick up the wings that it was not too unreasonable to get to the end. Didn't go into Eden. I don't necessarily recommend that you dash into Eden at the first opportunity, although I did, but then I didn't know what I was doing. I then came back to the beginning, and acting on the assumption that in the process of going through the game that first time, the new player would have picked up the necessary spirits, or some of the necessary spirits, to go and get the remaining wings. This is what we're in the process of doing now, because last time I hit 2 hours 45 minutes or so, and that was more than enough for me. So, last time, I think we were about to go into the Valley of Triumph here. Yeah, Valley of Triumph, because I basically picked up all the wings I could without, I think, going through a spirit gate. And now we've got to go finish off the job. And fortuitously today is Candle Cake Day in the Valley of Triumph, so I'll pick up those as well. And fortuitously, I actually have to go in the right direction to pick them all up. And it is very weird to be running Nimue with, what is that, 6, 7 flappy levels. Actually, how many wings has she got? 74. I think first time through I had 40. And then this time we'll pick up everything else, with the exception of the trials. I normally either don't bother with the trials these days, run them with a friend because that's always fun. I do recommend running the trials with a friend, and it takes a while too. So, and there's only 4 wings you can get there. So really, unless you're approaching some nice wing level like 120 or 150 or 200, don't absolutely have to go there. Plus, they can be remarkably frustrating. As close as I've ever come to rage quitting was while doing the trials in the Cave of Prophecy. And I've just automatically gone into candle collection mode, which I wasn't intending to do. Oh well. No one's perfect. And seeing as I'm already swooping around here. Hi, Michael. I hope I'm more or less pronouncing your name correctly. I actually noticed your chat this time. I don't think I did on Saturday until late. I don't actually get an audible cue when somebody sent a message. I really need to look into that, see if I can. That would make life a little bit easier. Alternatively, it could make life a little more distracting. So, the main thing that you will have noticed was that, got through the spirit gate, which I think was a one spirit gate. And the reason I didn't come this way previously was because the most likely place a new player is going to pick up spirit in this game, in this level, realm, is actually in the Colosseum rather than here. I'm just going to get the candle cake so that people can see where it is. In fact, there are two locations for candle cakes here. There's either one straight ahead or one directly behind me. And then we'll go and grab the wings. And there are 2 wings available here. And they're both actually above me. And I'll grab the dies, because why not? So, from the beginning, which is over here, you basically want to follow the stairs up. And the good thing about this region is you do get recharge, and there's a natural uplift as well, so it's not difficult. And the first wing is right here. We are now entering into the realm of the new players, probably, if they've still playing, the new player I think arguably might have gone to look online to find out where the wing lights are, things like that. So that's this one. The next one is I found this one a bit of a challenge, to be honest. So mark where I am, and you can see these little alcoves, and in fact you can see the one at the bottom. When I first did this, I could not get this one. Well, I could. It just took me a while to do it. I kept going into the wrong alcove, but it's an auto pickup, which makes life easy. And then we can just pop straight through the temple and do the run down to the Colosseum. Pick up the dies that someone has nicely released for us. And hopefully I've got all of them. Oh, yeah, never mind. I'm trying to think what my thought was going to be at that point. So this next section is the run down to the Colosseum, and there are 2 wings here. They're both auto pickups, so all you have to do is fly through them. And I know I'm violating Nimue's principles here, but she actually wants to be shorter, so she matches a friend of hers, and because she's trying to achieve that impossible look, the cute embodiment of evil. Somebody said she looked evil, and so she's going to embrace that a little bit and go with cute but evil. Trust me, I didn't start this. Should give fair warning, if you haven't been through Eden and you don't want to see what happens, I will let you know at what point you need to stop watching. Because, yeah, that first time in Eden is this whole combination of traumatic, exhilarating, sad, whole gamut of emotions are possible. So the first wing here that we're going to pick up is on the right, so we stick to the right, flip round the corner and just pop through here. Don't try and make any big changes in direction, just go straight through. Next one is also on the right, but I don't have to worry about it just yet. You'll see it as you approach. Excuse me. Late in the day my voice is never at its best, but you see this bunch of rocks, just head for that, stay high, you can see the wing there, and just dive at it. Of all the wings there are, this is the one I am most likely to miss. But I didn't. And the problem is your only option is to come back round again. So, with a bit of luck, I think that's all. Oh no, I was going to say there's one more wing I didn't get last time. I forgot about that. And yeah, good job I remembered. That would have been slightly embarrassing. I can normally tell you where all the wings are and precisely, but I'm not used to actually doing it in bits like this, so and I'm not necessarily in a great position to check that I've got everything, because I don't think I have all the map shrines. And in case you're knowledgeable and wondering where this wing is, this one's easily accessible to a new player. So I concluded that it was reasonable to grab it. There's the other candle cake, which we will grab in a moment. Alright, that was straightforward. So the other wing in here is actually, well, I was going to point, but now I can't. It's actually... Come on. Give me control of the camera back, please. It's actually up there. And it is pretty easy to get to. You don't have to have maximum flappy. You can just go up the side is the easiest way to get it. Not sure I have enough wing levels to actually flap from the floor, but the easy way is simply go up this the side of the staircase here. And fly straight up here, go around the side, and there it is. This is one of those you really, unless you're particularly vehement about exploring, you more or less have to be told about. Although having said that, when it comes to gamers, nothing would surprise me. I wouldn't be at all surprised if there are players who started new and basically searched every possible nook and cranny that they could get to. Now, I did take you through this one, I believe. This one I decided was quite achievable, because by the point that the player has come to the temple, they will have a spirit and they can get through this. So... keyboard can actually get slightly peculiar for some reason, and it's not my keyboard, it's the game. Under the right circumstances, the best description for keyboard control, I far prefer it to controller. I haven't tried it with a controller, but I have yet to play a game where keyboard and mouse is an option that I would prefer controller. But it's certainly better than touchscreen. But sometimes, yeah, it just gets slightly, twitchy is the best way I can describe it. It's almost as though I'm missing a key, or I'm up or down, but it doesn't necessarily feel like that. It's probably just me, I hope. Right, now that should be... Oh, that gives you some idea, by the way. If you just pick up the candle cakes and a few incidental lights, you get about 5 candles. Good to know. And now we'll go home, and I will actually... Oh, hang on. I may as well grab the butterflies. Right, now let's go home. I will check the map shrine just in case. Now, it has to be said, arguably, this could be a... I don't know. Honestly, I don't know to what extent a new player will have picked up the map shrine. Let's not do that. Let's go through this way. Now, again, this is making the assumption that the projected new player has in fact done some searching online, read the wiki, something like that. Because the next 2 wings are not necessarily immediately obvious, and one of them is, yeah, it's a challenge. It used to be my least favourite wing to get, but that's not the case anymore. And you will find a surprising number of players who might have been playing for years who don't necessarily know where all the wings are, so sooner or later you may well find yourself simply resorting to using the wiki. The good thing about Treasure Reefs is you don't need to have picked any spirits to get here, so it's actually not impossible that a new player could have looked off to the side, seen the boat, and thought, that's interesting. But I elected not to include it. Now, there is a bit of a contradiction in between my memory and the number of wings I thought I had when I first went to Eden. Because when I first went to Eden and got up beyond Stormlock, apologies, I could have sworn I had over 50 wings. I think I had 55 or 56. Which meant when I started I would have had in the 40s, 45, 46, but I don't remember how I got to that number. I do know that Nimue here, grabbing the plausible wings, only had 40 or so. So where I found the others, I'm not entirely certain. It's entirely possible somebody helped me, but I'm afraid I can't remember. It's entirely possible I went back into the realms after I got the spirits. I just don't remember. Yeah. Anyway, the next wing here is atop this tower. It's actually not in a completely illogical place if you think about it. And I notice I haven't got the I haven't got the map shrine here. And the next one, yeah, this one's a challenge. But it's also kind of fun. For certain values of the word fun. So this is where we are. And let's have a quick look. So you can see there is one more wing to get. That's what that is. So I can... Where do we start? So this is the Isle of Dawn, and you can see that I haven't got the map shrines here. This is Daylight Prairie, and I seem to have everything there. This is the Hidden Forest. These, by the way, are the locations of the dailies for today, and it looks like I've got everything there. That, I believe, is the elevated clearing, otherwise known as Grandma's, and I didn't pick up the map shrine there. This is Valley of Triumph, and I'm trying to see if I've got everything in terms of the map shrines. I'm not sure. This is where we are now, and it's looking mostly complete actually. So this one is was basically almost impossible to get my first time round. This is where we are now. This is the Forgotten Ark. This is the Crab Fields. That's the Broken Temple. That is the Graveyard. As you can see, these are fun. There's 3 more waiting for me there. Vault of Knowledge. And then this is the Starlight Desert, Crescent Oasis, Moomin area, and there is... What am I missing from that? Can't remember. We'll find out. So I don't have a complete map, and then this is Eden, and yes, I do have... Nimue actually got all these map shrines when she was wingless, and then this is Orbit. So it looks like I'm doing okay. So the next wing is down here. You see that little hexagonal broken tower? That's where we're going. We have to do some swimming at this point. Now, be aware, during the Season of the Abyss, or whatever it was called, which was before my time, the Abyss quests did trigger some people's thalassophobia, that is, fear of the sea. So, if you're not comfortable with this, don't worry about it. It's not that important. It's only one wing. So, dive, and, oops. You want to dive, and look straight down, and you see where that eel is coming out. We want to go down the stairs. And don't worry, you're not actually in a huge amount of rush. And we just go to the bottom. And did they change this? Oh no. I thought they used to be rising bubbles down here. But you can breathe down here, so again, if you make it down here, you're good. You don't want to go that way. You came up there, down. You want this entrance here. And you'll see there's a hand symbol. And just go straight through and you will see the light, the wing light ahead of you. There are 3 massive... 3 oysters? Yes, 3 I think. You don't have to worry about those, just swim straight through, and if you are bothered, you can actually go home from underwater, it's no problem. In fact, it's probably quicker for me to do that, so I shall demonstrate. So, if you think you're running low on air, just go home. It's probably quicker than going back the way you came using the boat. And now we need to head through... I don't know what they call this. The maelstrom? Oh, I do have that one, don't I? Yep. Yeah. I just noticed I have 104 subscribers. Wow, that's nice. Thank you, whoever that was. So, we will try this 2 ways. The first method is flap straight up. So, you landed over there, you want to go to this pillar and just flap up. Probably could have done it with 1 less flap. Now we are heading to the Forgotten Ark, which is that little boat over there. This one, essentially, unless you are with a friend and piggybacking, you, as a new player, you wouldn't have been able to get up here. I won't say impossible, because you know what gamers are like. They, dedicated gamers, do all kinds of things that I would normally regard as being difficult, to say the least. So, just glide over, hop on the boat, and then there are 2 more wings in the Forgotten Ark. And the reason I didn't get them first time round is because typically a new player is going to be going for wherever the indicator tells you to. It's entirely possible that an avid explorer would have taken a look at this and said, "Ooh, I wonder where that goes." Now we just have to cross the sea. Don't fall in the sea, by the way. It's polluted. I say polluted. It will hurt you, cause you to lose light, cause you to lose wings, so don't dip yourself into the water here. Right, so basically just line yourself up with the boat. Excuse me a second. Oh, that's interesting. Stream Twitch chat did something weird I had not seen before. So where we're heading for first is right there. You can see the light from here. It looks like it's fairly high up on the prow there. I don't know, is that the prow? I mean, that looks like the stern, kind of. But in fact, you don't have to fly up to it. You can, in fact, climb up to it, which is what I will do. Well, sort of. I'll flap a bit. But even if you lose most of your lights, you can still... Sorry, most of your flap levels, you can still just pop up here. This one, I think you'll agree, was fairly obvious. Next one, not so much. It's right over there. And in fact, you can't see it from here. It's in the caves. So we shall fly into the caves. Do you know what? I think that's the best glide I've ever done over this area. And even though you can't see it, the wing is actually here on your right. There you go. At which point you have two choices. You can go home and then return, or for some reason I don't like doing that here. I really don't like going through the maelstrom. I don't know why. It always strikes me as being needlessly irritating. I've probably said that certain things are needlessly irritating. There's a few irritating things in the game. For the most part, it's perfectly alright. So a new player, by the way, would not see Forgotten Ark looking like this. The reason it looks like this for me is because Nimue here did all the quests while she was wingless, I might add, which is one of those it's the catch all the lights quests, plural. And if you find yourself short of Flappy, just come and give the enchantment guide a hug. If you have not done the quests, this water is not good for you, just so you know. So, I will head back to the boat instead of going home first. I'm trying to remember. Right, yes, I remember. So we're going to go to the crab fields, because there is one there, and I cannot remember if I can get it with these wing levels. It's going to be awfully close, I suspect. Oh, here's a tip for you, by the way. If you're wondering why I'm not going through the cutscenes, it's because there is a graphics option. Skip all skippable cutscenes. So, yeah. Not going to worry about the dyes at this point. That's not the purpose of this stream. Oh, somebody's trying to honk the dye plants into submission. Now, here's something. I can't remember how long it took me to find this out. At this point, you really... Well, no. Let's show you what happens. I mean, I probably did last time, but if you come through here and you don't have full power to your flap, it's not actually that huge of a deal, and I'll show you why. I used to come over here and then flap a lot to get through. That first time round, the krill, dark dragon, whatever you want to call it, is after that poor manta over there. Ooh, I think actually he was after me. Oh, maybe he was after that player. I didn't think I came within range. So you don't actually have to fly. You can just hop. And if he does see you, just head in here and you'll be fine. So you know, you don't have to fly over. It's relatively safe, as long as you keep well to one side of that pillar. You see where the dyes are? If you kind of go along that side, the dragon doesn't go there, unless somebody else provokes it into taking a look, which it sounds like somebody's doing right now. Oh, yeah. Somebody else was doing the daring approach. So, now there's two ways you can approach this. Because there are 3 more wings in here. 2 ways to do it. You can do the whole scamper around, avoid the krill. But there is actually a somewhat, I think it's easier. So we're going to dash into the crab fields, which is through here. And we're going to try and get the very high one and see if I've got enough flap levels to do it. Because I can't remember. I've gotten so used to doing it with 150 wings by this point that so if you come, basically enter the crab fields, turn right and look up, because you'll see the wing in question, and it should be about here. Can't see it. There it is. I can just see the glow. And you want to get as high as you can. Yep, there it is. Because that's quite a climb. And there are recharge points as people have put in. At least I hope that's what they are. So this should be interesting, because you pretty much have no choice but to start off from level. Don't know if it helps to climb to the top of the tower and get up there. Ah, yeah. No. Okay. I was going to say, no problem. Yeah. Alright. Yeah, these are... Are they shared memories? No, it's a shared memory. And so you can use these to recharge. And then we'll give it another try, and this time I'll try and be a little more judicious. But definitely doable. Some of these are faster. No, this isn't a shared memory, it's a shared space, my bad. Some of them will recharge you faster, some will recharge you slower. Right! Now, of course, if in the days before these were put here, you would have been in a wee bit more trouble. Now I can't see it. Oh, there it is. Let's try this again. Oh, so how many times am I going to try this before I conclude I can't do it? I haven't had to do this recharge and try again. Thank you. I swear that's doable. There we go. And as I recall, I got the other two, didn't I? I got the... Did I? Oh, I'm going to have to double check now, because I can't remember, but there's a map shrine there, so that will allow me to check, see if I got them all here. Because there's one in the arc itself, and then there's one directly opposite. Oh, someone's in the water. Oh, there is. There's one there. Yep, I know where that one is. That's on the opposite side. Oh, come on. Unlike the normal... Oh, yes, you do. You do get some recharge from the dyes, which I will pick up, seeing as I'm here. Oh, I forgot about that. So, what we're heading for is... I can't remember whether I got it. Where's the dragon? And unless I got it last time, there should be a winged light here. Oh, I got it last time. Huh. Okay. Oh, of course, that blue thingy was a spirit. I forgot. Alright, I did get that last time. It's not inconceivable that you know, a moth would have seen it. And I'll reiterate what I said last time. Moths are the generic name for new players, which I think is rather nice. I don't like calling new players noobs because to me it sounds denigrating, and this game is most definitely not about denigrating new players. In fact, as far as I'm concerned, no game should ever be about denigrating, taking advantage of new players. But right, now at this point you do want to be at full charge on your wings for what I'm going to do next, which is go through this, because what we're going to do is fly as high as you can and glide over, and hopefully I get it right, because there are, what's it, 3, 4 krill here. Ooh, and I'm not going to make it, am I? I could potentially be in trouble. I'm going to have to do this the interesting way. I've gotten so used to doing a high flight from there. But as long as you watch out for the blue lights and keep an eye on locations for cover, you should be fine. Don't worry about the water too much, just hop, 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 and you're good. Pick up that one. You'll get full recharge. And the next one is straight ahead of you there on a little ledge. Got to be slightly careful here because krill do sometimes come through. However, if you enter as I did, the timing should be just about right so that you're good to go. The biggest problem I had was I couldn't get high enough. A few more flap levels and you can literally just fly over the entire area. Here's the next one, and that is all the ones here. And in fact, I think I'm good to go home. I think that's right. Yes, yep, I think I'm good to go home. And then we'll pick up the remaining wings that are in the Vault of Knowledge. And I'm trying to remember. Hang on, what am I checking? Oh. Now, I am trying to remember, did I get... I did not, did I? Did I get the wings in here? I genuinely don't remember whether I did or not. Where's a... Well, let's go find out. So now we have our usual problem, which is getting through this, which is technically a 2-player door, and as soon as I leave... So at this point we either have to hope someone comes to help us, one of the problems these days is that people hearing a honk might assume you're trying to collect dye plants, and it does make it harder to know when somebody wants help or they're collecting dye plants. But There used to be a shared memory that could get you through, but they disabled that, and I have no idea what these do. I'm not sure whether that works. Never tried it, actually. Yeah, that's interesting though. I like that. Yeah. Being trolled a little bit there. I don't know if anybody's... No. Don't think that's helpful. Oh, maybe. Let's try this. I can see what they're trying to do, which is glitch you through, and... Huh. Well, that's interesting. Seems to have worked. So, no, this is the reason I probably wouldn't have come through here last time. You do need a spirit, so... As that is the entrance to the Vault of Knowledge, a new player would not have been able to get through here. I don't think. Unless they were accompanied by somebody else. And actually, while I'm here, and if I can remember where it is, I will pick up the map shrine. Where's the map shrine for this? It's in one of... Where's the alcove it's in? I know it's around here somewhere. The floor recharges you, obviously. Well, it's obvious now. You may not have known that. I thought it was up there. No? Anybody remember where the map shrine is? I mean, if I can't find it, it's not a huge deal. That's irritating. Oh, is it up there? Yeah, there we go. Now this is this is an irritating... Yeah, it's a regular spirit. That is too. This is... the Vault of Knowledge is slightly irritating. From a point of view of running wings. Oh, I'm facing the wrong way. Because you have to exit and come back, oh grief, 2 or 3 times. Which gets tedious. Especially if you're in a rush. So we just follow the maze around. They do call it the maze, I believe. And obviously someone else has been through here. Don't get hit by the crabs. They're not actually a huge problem, but you can lose... Sorry. You can lose a wing to a crab strike. And... so something to watch out for. But in general, if you just keep moving and jumping, you're moderately safe. And there's your first wing. I literally just followed around until I got here. And the next one is up the ladder. Straight ahead. And we'll be exiting stage right. And of course that's assuming I don't get somehow fall through the ladder. And the wing is actually behind us. I'm just collecting those candles. And there you go. Unfortunately, that's not everything. Now we have to exit. And what I am going to do is go to the next bits. Well, obviously I'm going to go to the next bits. I'm not going to ascend the Vault of Knowledge at this point. I'm going to get to all the ones that I can get to on the ground floor. Because there's another 7, 8 actually on the ground floor. This one requires a spirit. Is it a spirit? At least one spirit, I think, to get through. Yep. 1. Now, this is where it gets irritating. Season of the 9-Coloured Deer. That was the season of the Little Prince. That is Aurora, which we don't need to go to. And that is Moomin season. And we need to go through this one, Moomin, Little Prince, Starlight Desert, Season of the 9-Coloured Deer, or Crescent Oasis. Now, you can't exit the Crescent Oasis, you have to come home. You can exit the Starlight Desert and come back here. You can't exit Moomin. So, and we don't need to go to Aurora because the season of Aurora is at the Colosseum in the Valley of Triumph, and we've already been there. This one, fortunately, is quite straightforward. I'm not spending 190 candles on that. It's really not worth it, and it doesn't even look that great, to be honest. Can you... Oh yeah, looks like you can replay those. Is there a... Oh no, it's alright, never mind. I'm rambling, ignore my rambles. So you can obviously see where the winged light is. Very excited we were when we found out we had an extra one we could collect. That was the first one added in the year that I'd been playing. And now we have little choice but to go back home. Oh, no. I don't want to do that. Go home. Moomin Valley is worth looking around, by the way. So now we go back. Get used to this. We're going to be doing it a couple more times. Crescent Oasis. Three in the Crescent Oasis. This was my first season. I was very impressed. You might as well run through here. I don't know that even if you have 12 levels of flap you can do it in just by flying, so you may as well run. You're going to need the flying at the end anyway, so Well, arguably you are. But these are fortunately quite easy. From here, just head towards the edge of the clouds. This is an interesting juxtaposition. I think that this region's kind of based on New Mexico, Arizona. That's what it reminds me of. But the season of the nine-colored deer is actually based not on Native American mythology, folklore, but Indian. That is from Asia. But I swear this place is... I don't know, maybe it's a mixture. It always reminds me of... the banding back there is very New Mexico. And that you see here, there's parts of New Mexico which look a bit like this. And I can't decide whether they based this on the Anasazi or something else. Not that the Anasazi ever built something like that, but it's this whole built into the cliff concept. I could probably find out, but I just like this place. So we're heading for that spire. Yeah, you can see the glow. This is a very satisfying series of quests, I found. I think most people loved the last quest. And I'm not going to tell you what happens because that would spoil the fun. So, now we're going to head to that hole in the clouds. And it looks like I should end up with 100 wings. I think at the end of doing all this. Is it 100? Actually, I might... I'm trying to count in my head and I'm not doing a very good job of it. I can't bunny hop and count at the same time. I would say can't walk and chew gum, but most people watching this are probably far too young to remember what that refers to. Even if you've heard the expression. Well, I'll fill you in, seeing as I got a moment. That refers to President of the United States, Gerald Ford, who once tripped and fell. And he was chewing gum at the same time, and yeah, what need I say more? And yes, I do remember Gerald Ford. Not sure if I remember Nixon specifically, but I definitely remember Gerald Ford. I think I was actually born during Lyndon Baines Johnson's tenure, now that I think about it. Dating myself. Right, quickest thing to do is go home. Now I'm curious. Lyndon B. Johnson, 36 US President. Yeah, served from 1963 to 1969. Yep, so he was president when I was born. Succeeded by Richard Nixon. who was succeeded by Gerald Ford. And guess what we're going to do now? Yep, head back. Gotta go to the Starlight Desert. And trust me, if you want to get all the wings, you're gonna have to do all this sooner or later, so may as well get it out of the way now. Because after this, it's pretty much a straight run to the top and we're done. Unless I've missed some. You can go back that way, by the way. This is the one area you can. I don't know why they didn't make the others exitable. Right, so there are 3 here, and you really do have to... I mean, yeah, you could probably find them through exploration, but they're not obvious. I mean, you can just see the sparkle of one off there to the right. You can't see the one ahead of us at all, and yeah, the other one is completely hidden. So this is one of those where you either watch somebody like me doing it, or you go and read the wiki. And you will have to go up via the clouds, or if you're really lucky, catch the manta, but don't count on catching the manta. But this one isn't too bad. Next one's a bit more fun. Right. And I have to take a quick break, I'm afraid.